This segment is sponsored by BitcoinBling.com. I'm Rachel Urbanski with Click on This. We're here in DC for Bitcoin in the Beltway. For those of you who don't know what it is, let's go find out. I'm here with Paul, who's with Bitcoin Bling. Tell me about Bitcoin Bling.
Well, we sell all kinds of shirts and stickers, keychains for Bitcoin online, and we ship all over the world.
Okay, great. You know, you got great products here. Tell me about this shirt. It says, "Starve the banks." You see it? Can you tell me about that slogan?
Well, basically, that's the sentiment of the community. With Bitcoin, you can be your own bank. And you take the power back away from banks and bring it into your cell phone, onto your desktop. You can hold your money. You can send that money anywhere all over the world in just a few minutes without paying any serious amount of fees to banks. It's all completely community ran by the Bitcoin network.
All right, great. And any big news for Bitcoin Bling? Any products coming out? Or?
Well, our most popular product is our polo shirt over there, and we just got our hats in. But we're going to be making lapel pins next. We just try to come up with something new every few months, and our patches are probably our newest product.
Now, Paul, what are you doing with Bitcoin?
Well, basically, Bitcoin allows me to take small and large payments all over the world, something that PayPal, it would be difficult to take a $1.50 payment with PayPal, because PayPal would take too much of a percentage of it. And then if I'm going to ship something to Europe, PayPal has some pretty unusual tracking requirements that Bitcoin does not have. So if I want to send a sticker to somebody for $1, basically that wouldn't be possible or profitable with PayPal. With Bitcoin, it's very easy.
And when did you get into Bitcoin?
Well, there was an article on a website called Slashdot, and they talked about Bitcoin hitting $1. And I'd never heard of Bitcoin, so I read, what's this Bitcoin? And at first, I didn't get it. I didn't know how it was technically possible to do what Bitcoin does without any centralized trust system. Then I read about it, and I was just amazed that someone thought of how to do this in a decentralized manner. I mean, Bitcoin is kind of like PayPal meets Napster. It's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it turns into this perfect system for sending value all over the world.
We're here at Bitcoin at the Beltway, and next to me is Xavier Hawk from Permacredits. Tell us about Permacredits.
Well, permacredits are the local currency for the global permaculture movement, and ultimately what it is a new look at what money is. We are a Bitcoin 2.0 platform, and people get to decide how many permacredits are issued, what they fuel, and instead of using a symbol, let me see if I have one here, yes. Instead of using this and taking part in a ritual with occult symbols that feed a war machine and debt slavery, you get to use one of these that will have Bob Marley, Masanobu Fukuoka, Mother Teresa, and you get to choose what your currency fuels. So when we take part in these rituals exchanging value, we are feeding the system. We have a stake in that system. And the people who print these centrally and make all the decisions on what they're going to be fueling, we don't have a say in that. But here you get to fuel businesses that are building the future, 7 generations from now. They're building a healthy future, agriculture, permaculture, regenerative enterprise and fuel production, and in such a way where you get to decide how many are issued, what they fuel, and what they get to pay for. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. It puts the value exchange back into our own hands rather than to some central banker behind a desk that has no connection with all of us and no connection with the planet.
Okay, great. Now tell me about this symbol here. Can you see that? This is called the seed of life, correct?
Yeah, that's called the seed of life, and it's actually a component of the flower of life. And if you look at it really closely, it's what your cells do when you're a zygote in your mother's womb. You actually grow in the formation of these cells, of exactly what it looks like. But it's 7 circles, concentric circles inside of an eighth circle. So it goes back to our ancient wisdom traditions like the 7 directions. It goes into the 7 nations, the 7 tenets of permaculture. So it's really the seed of a whole new civilization. If we can change the financial systems that we work under and have them serve us rather than work against us, then we have a future. Otherwise, we're done. And that's what permacredits is.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My name is Dmitry. I work for Mycelium. Mycelium is coming up with a new hardware called Mycelium Entropy. It's basically a USB device that lets anybody who, without any advanced skills, print and store Bitcoins in a very safe and secure manner. Basically, you have a USB device, you plug it into a USB printer. It takes a little second to generate a paper wallet, which it generates using an entropy, hardware entropy right off the USB stick. Once the printer detected, all you have to do is go to View and Print Photos. You can see the photo shows up on the screen. You just select it, hit Done, and the printer prints out a piece of paper. And the piece of paper contains both a public and a private key. So you can put your private key in a safe space someplace, keep your public key, which is your Bitcoin address, with you, and receive payments to it. And this way, the address was never exposed to any internet. The only thing that ever saw it was the printer. And as soon as you pull the device out of your printer, the key is wiped completely too. So this way, anybody can get an easy and very secure way to store keys. And also with a Mycelium wallet, which is, it was voted the #1 wallet by Blockchain Awards recently. There's an option on there that, I can show you that. In the drop-down, we have a cold storage option. So when you select that, if you have your private key that you printed with Mycelium Entropy, all you do is hit Scan QR code. You just scan the private key, and you can spend directly from the piece of paper. And the way this works is, instead of importing the key into your wallet, the address, it just imports it temporarily into memory, signs a transaction, broadcasts it, wipes it from memory, so your key is still more or less safe.
Next to me is Vijay Gyo. He is running for Congress in Washington State. He is also a huge advocate of Bitcoin. Tell us what made you such an advocate for Bitcoin.
Yes, I've been hearing about Bitcoin in the news for quite some time, and about a year ago I started looking into it more thoroughly, and I actually started to do mining of Bitcoin. So I started using the regular computer CPU mining, went up to graphics cards, and then went up to more stronger ASIC type miners. But I've been doing that for about a year. It's been working out really well. I've been interested in politics too, so I thought, this is the best way to have politics and Bitcoin meet, by being able to take campaign donations for using Bitcoin. It makes it very easy to do, much easier than dealing with cash, keeping that around, and a lot easier than dealing with credit cards as well.
So you mentioned how you were accepting donations on Bitcoin. How is that process done?
Yeah, so it's real easy. So I just have my smartphone with me, and on my smartphone I just fire up a Bitcoin wallet app, and it brings up a QR code, so the barcode, so someone else can come up with their cell phone, put it right up to here. They scan the barcode, and boom, they specify how much money they want to give me. And current regulation is a little murky on how that works with Bitcoin, but the general consensus is that donations up to about the equivalent of $100 is acceptable, as long as we capture information about the person's name and address and information like that. So,
are there any other candidates doing that? Or are you kind of like first one?
No, I'm not the first one, but I'm one of the first. I believe there's about a dozen other candidates running for Congress now that are accepting Bitcoins, and most of them are also kind of doing that, forcing them to limit it to $100. I think there may be one that's ignoring that limit, that guidance from the FEC, but we're trying to play it safe and play it easy and try to work within the rules that are currently out there.
And do you have any prior relationship with Bitcoin before deciding to run for Congress?
Besides the mining, that was kind of my first interest in it, and the income I was able to make from mining, I've used to purchase things. For example, from like Overstock.com, they accept Bitcoin, so I was able to buy various pieces of equipment and hardware from them. And there were other places that sell like small pieces of hardware, and then even the Dish Network for now, if you want to get satellite TV, they're accepting Bitcoin. I haven't used them yet, but it's on my list of things to do.
Okay, a lot of people don't know just how practical Bitcoin is. What is your personal favorite thing about using Bitcoin?
Well, one of my favorite things about it is, for example, in Washington State, I live maybe about an hour and a half from the border of Canada. If I want to drive to, say, for example, Vancouver, Canada, I can use Bitcoin there and any of the establishments that take it, and you don't have to worry about currency conversion fees. You don't have to convert your dollars to Canadian dollars and lose out on all that money from doing that. I mean, you can pay with credit cards there too, but then credit cards charge you like a 3% out-of-country fee. With Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about any of that. It's just it's currency that works no matter where you are.
All right, great. Thank you so much, and good luck on your campaign.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching this segment of Click on This. Now get out there and buy your Bitcoins, and don't forget to check out BitcoinBling.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Xavier Hawk with permacredits.com, and you're watching Click on This.
Hi, my name is Dmitry, or I'm known as Rasa Online. I work for Mycelium and Bitcoin 100, and you're watching Click on This.
Hi, my name is Vijay Gyo. I'm running for Congress in Washington State, and this is Click on This.